Welcome back to another soccer betting news video. It's the big one this weekend, or rather the small one. It's the top four race, or some Arsenal fans would say the top four race is almost over, or over if that. Tottenham versus Manchester United, Old Trafford. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think just like you said, it doesn't seem like either team wants it at the moment. Spurs and United been both inconsistent so far.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of inconsistent, Tottenham Hotspur, they come out, they beat teams like Manchester City, and then they dominate the top of the table and they dominate Everton midweek. But then they fall short when it's teams that you'd expect them to beat. What do you think is going on there with Conte, between him and the players?
Yeah, look, I think Conte is a world-class manager, but he's got a lot of problems in that Spurs team. If Kane and Son aren't on song, they tend to struggle. Yeah,
I mean, speaking of struggles, Manchester United, absolutely shambolic. Manchester City, it's a derby. You know, you want to see a fight from a team, but Manchester United just don't seem to have that fight. It's a big fixture now. They need for top four. Champions League this season, I don't think they're going anywhere, in my personal opinion. But now, when it comes to the big fixtures, they have no fight in them. Between Tottenham, between United, which team do you see has a bit more fight in them to go all out in a fixture like this that is extremely crucial for their season and next season?
I think it'll be difficult to call a tough fixture like this just because of the problems going on at both clubs. I think especially considering United being humbled by City last week. So that just kind of encapsulated just how far they've fallen behind their City rivals. And as for Spurs, too inconsistent, blowing hot and cold. So it just looks like neither team can get a grip on that top four space.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of blowing hot and cold as well, some players don't even want to play for the team. Last week we had reports of Ronaldo having probably a hip flexor problem. Cavani just abstaining, I believe. And then from the beginning of the season, Harry Kane, we know he wanted to leave, but then he comes in and he scores some crucial goals, and then but he doesn't seem that happy, as well as Pogba on the field. So I think both teams just have a lot of relational issues between manager and players. What do you think? Maybe let's look from United's perspective. You need a captain to come in, take the team aside, maybe no managers, no backroom staff, have a meeting before a training session. Who in the team from United do you think can do that to get the team together, maybe get them to fight a lot more on the field rather than just for 25 minutes?
I think that's a tough question. I think firstly, Maguire as a captain needs to be dropped and given some game time just off the field, take away from his poor form. Maybe he can recoup. In terms of captain ability, maybe Ronaldo could be handed the captain's armband because just he leads by example. Also, maybe even I would consider giving it to maybe McTominay, who, even though he's not the most technically gifted player, but the fight is there all the time.
For sure. I see personally the fight in McTominay. I mean, he comes after the fixture. He's the one in the firing line after a big defeat like that, or big defeats over the season every now and again, spurring on the players, trying to say the right things, to put on a good show, even though we all know that there is some backroom issues. When it comes to Tottenham on that aspect, I think for me, the new signing that they've made in Bentancur, he's got that fight that Conte got. When it comes to this fixture this weekend at Trafford, for Tottenham, who's that crucial player to get them across the line for you?
I think it's going to be up to Kane again. It looks like he's hitting some kind of form right now. So I think if he puts on another performance, they can possibly get a result there.
Yeah, well, me personally, I think I'm backing Tottenham on this one. As an Arsenal fan, it pains me to let those words come out my mouth. But I think Tottenham can get the victory over here from a betting perspective. From a Arsenal perspective, draws the one. I mean, the top four is in our hands.
Yes.
Other than Tottenham and United, do you think West Ham have an outside chance here? I mean, the smaller teams that maybe had glimmers of hopes, like Southampton or Wolves, which, I mean, it's a long shot. They've finally shown their true colours. They're slipping off the pace. But West Ham's up there, Tottenham, United. Who's that team that might scare you the most getting into the later fixtures for top four?
I think it would have to be United. Just would give Arsenal the most trouble in the run-in. But also with them, the inconsistency with just like about a few games to go, they'll have to put on a really good run to match that, considering they're 3 games behind Arsenal as well.
Yeah, well, I think for me, Arsenal are definitely in the driver's seat. I'm taking my bet now. I don't know about you. Let's go this weekend. I've given my prediction. I think Tottenham are going to win.
Yeah, I'm going for a draw there.
Draw. So let's share the spoils. Well, those are the thoughts of Nigel, Naicker, and myself, Joshua Gaillard. For more soccer betting news, you can follow us on social media as well as like the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Josh.
Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get your latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.